It's time for the X and Y Show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y Show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y Show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to the X and Y Show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. It's been a rough week in America. A lot of things have happened over the course of the week that, if you're a compassionate person of any any kind, it definitely makes you think of what's going on in this country. Excuse me. Coming down with a cold. Just so much is going on. Innocent men being killed. And I'm talking about civilians and police officers. It's it's really fucked up. That's the best way that I can sum up of exactly what's going on in this country right now. And I just hope that everything turns out okay. Everything gets better and it doesn't escalate further than it has. My condolences goes out to those innocent men who were killed. And I mean the civilians and also the families of those police officers. And those are the ones that are just publicized, that are in the media currently. There's other cases that we don't hear about. Just just want to pray for this world. What's going on? There's a lot going on. A lot of mixed feelings out there, and a lot of confused loyalties. I mean, all kind of emotions floating around in this nation. But, we live and we move on and live day by day. That's all we can do. Anyway, I hope you enjoying the X and Y Show so far. I've done some very good shows. If you missed any of them, the beauty about a podcast is that you always can go back in time and listen to them and catch up. And also, before I forget, I want to give a shout out to all of the gynecologists that are listening to my show. I think that that's a great profession. And I think that, I really look up to those folks. Very lucky people. You get the picture. Hope you're enjoying my shows, like I said. Now be sure that you can follow me on all of my social accounts. I have a Twitter account, Facebook, Tumblr, Instagram. You can find me on all of those on my website, www.thexyshow.com. www.thexyshow.com. You can follow me on all my social networks. You can also catch my podcast from my website, and you can listen to it on different venues such as TuneIn, Instagram, TuneIn, iTunes, and Spreaker as well. So be sure to follow me on all my social networks so you can stay abreast of what I'm doing and the different things that's going on with the XY Show, and that you won't be left outside of the loop. I want to give another shout out to all the gynecologists out there before I move on. But tonight is a show that I think that I just have to talk about because it affects so many people. Well, women in particular. Well, I guess if it affects people as well, men, because we have to look at it and live through it with the women, and I'll explain in a moment. But I felt that I had to talk about this because this affects a lot of women in our society, old and young. So I think it's something that, is definitely relevant of today's era, I should say. With that being said, tonight's episode is, why do women have such great fascination with weave and extensions? Why do women have such great fascination with weave and extensions? Now, I remember when I was a little boy, when I was young, 70s, mid 70s, by the time I grew up and to remember, I remember everybody walking around in the neighborhood with froze. The thing back then was, how high could you get your fro? Man, it's cold as kicking my ass. That was the thing back then. It was the afro, the natural do. How high could you get your fro? How fluffy could you get it? How round could you get it? And not just the black folks, the white folks were wearing their hair natural. Like the the longer hairstyles, or if they had short hair, they was just doing it that way and just having their own little thing going, But everybody, or most people, were natural, But as I grew older, I realized that, from being younger, natural was the in thing, the hip thing. But as I grew older, it became the out thing. Because a lot of women started to go to other alternatives as far as having quote unquote long hair. But I'll get to that in a moment. A lot of women wear extensions or clip-ons, weave, whatever you want to call it, fake hair. I call it ass hair because, I think it comes from a horse's ass. Most of it, I just think it's ridiculous, but I'll get to that in a moment as well. The hair industry is big. It's huge. I was actually surprised to know that the weave industry alone is a $9 billion a year industry. Now I was like, this has to be wrong. But it's not wrong. The weave industry, I didn't know that much hair. That's really sad if you ask me. A $9 billion a year industry, weave hair. Which, yes, I know a lot of you saying, well, only black women wear weave. Yeah, that's not true. I've seen white women with weave. I've seen Hispanic women with weave. I've seen Oriental or Asian women with weave. I mean, so that's a universal type thing. So that's like a big stereotype to say that, or incorrect stereotype to say that only black women wear weave. And that's just bullshit, because that's not true. But I couldn't believe how much money that industry was making. Now, I've done a little research. It said that extensions can cost as low as $300. I'm like, as low? As low? If I'm paying $25 for a haircut, I'm crying. That's like the low end for $300 for getting weave extensions. Getting that shit put in your head. $300? I didn't know that. I didn't know. I thought you bought a bag of hair for like $15, $20 and had somebody sew it in for about $40 and go about your way. I was wrong. I never paid attention. That's the low. $300, depending on the city. It can go up to $10,000 for the service. What? Who in the hell will pay $10,000 to have ass hair put on their head? But that really, of course, someone that's regular or middle class couldn't afford that. Only someone who's affluent could afford $10,000 and up to get fake hair put in their damn head. So this is something that white women do. This is something that black women do. This is something Hispanic women do. This is something that Asian women do. Russian, all of them. And this is something that poor women do. And it's something that affluent women do. And I'm going to get to the reasons which, I believe that they do it. It's not because, they like that shit in their head. I just refuse to believe that. I'm not going to believe that women like putting that shit in their head. And ironically, a lot of times weave and all that shit they put in their head cause their hair to fall out over time. Ironically, they're trying to get longer hair by putting that shit in their head, and then it caused them to start going bald and having patches and shit. So I refuse to believe that women actually enjoy having weave, clip-ons, extensions, and all that shit weaved and glued and all that shit in their head. I refuse to believe that they would do that because they want to. No, they do it because of us. And when I say of us, I'm talking about men, society in general, that, has conditioned us as a nation or as a global planet, really, that long hair is beautiful, short hair is ugly. That's the message. That's the message I see that is, causing women to do this. They have short hair. That's ugly. That's not desirable. That's not the norm of society. You're supposed to have long hair. You're supposed to have beautiful long hair to your ass. You have short hair, then something's wrong with you. You know, you're the ugly duckling. And that's bullshit. I don't know why women allow society to dictate how they feel about their hair, and deeper how they feel about themselves. You know, if you got long hair, cool. Pass your ass, cool. If you got short hair, cool. If society can't deal with it, fuck them. You shouldn't let society dictate how you wear your hair. And in essence, then it affects how you feel about yourself. But I'll elaborate on that a little bit later. Now, as far as, you know, let me see. High school, when I was in high school, weave hair was, you know, it was definitely wearing it, but it was not as rampant as it is now. And it wasn't as good quality. I will admit that. Now, a lot of times I can't even tell when I see, you know, if it's such a good quality, I can't even tell if that shit real or not. You know, they fool you, but back in the day, you can, you got all that shit in her head, the cheap ass wave, you know, blah, blah, you can see it from a mile away. But now, you know, some of that shit, you can't tell the difference between real hair and ass hair. So it's getting better, but it's running more rampant now. It's almost like everybody has that shit in their head. Everybody have weave. Everybody have a clip on or wrap around clip on and all that shit. Trying to be the norm. Trying to be regular or part of society. You know. Hey, I have long hair. Ain't I'm beautiful, ain't I? I have long hair. Look at me. You know, me personally, and I know a lot of you women out there saying, you know, you can care less what I think, but I'm going to tell you anyway. What I feel when I see women with extensions and, you know, ass hair in their head, you know, extensions, weave, fake hair, all that shit. I don't like it. Because one, it's fake. It's fake. And I'm sorry, but when I see fake hair, I'm thinking, what else is fake? Is her titties real? You know? Then I'm starting to look at your Adam apple after a while. You know, I'm wondering what else is fake. Is that ass real? Huh? Is her eyes they real or they contacts? You know, I'm looking at all kind of shit. When I see your hair that's all fixed up with ass hair in your head, then it causes me to look other places. I don't like that shit. I don't like fake. I don't need and I don't want fake. I'd rather have short, real hair than long ass hair on your head. I'm sorry, but you know, I rather a woman, you know. I remember one time I seen this lady. She was from Africa, I believe. And let me tell you something. And I regret not. Anyway, she had like a real short haircut, like a shadow. She had her hair cut low, and it wasn't. I asked her. I say, you know, did you cut your hair like that? You know, because I was curious, because that shit looked good. And she said, no, I cut my hair. I've been wearing my hair like this for years. You know, it's just easier to manage, and it's cooler, and you know, I just like it. It's just me, you know. I was like, man, I'm digging this lady, you know, because she's like, fuck society. I don't need no long hair to feel beautiful. I am beautiful. And she was She was finer than the mother. But I'm saying she didn't give a damn what society said about her and her hair. She wore her hair like she wanted to wear it, and she felt good about herself. And it resonated from the way she smiled and the way she carried herself. You know, she had such a high self-esteem, and you can tell she was like, yeah, I don't have long hair, but I still look good. And she did. The reason why I'm saying that, because, you know, like I said, I would rather short hair that's real than long ass hair that's fake. This makes me wonder what else is fake. Makes me wonder where your head at. She let society dictate how she feel about herself. How's her self-esteem? You know, she might be all fucked up in the head. I don't know. And I'll tell you something, ladies. If I see that ass hair, that fake shit in your head, I don't really want to talk to you. It's nothing. I'm not trying to be mean. It's just not my thing. I just don't like that shit. Now, it's a turnoff. Now, I know a lot of you saying that, damn, I can't get it right. I thought men liked long hair. They do. They do. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say men don't like long hair. I'll be totally lying to you. And by the way, that's the subject of my next show, Why Do Men Lie, next week. But no, men out there there are men out there that like long hair. There are men out there like myself who don't give a fuck. Because I don't like hair, and I don't think that hair exhibits a true woman. Oh, she have long hair, that's a good woman there. Nah, that's bullshit. I don't let a woman, have, just because she have long hair, she's a good woman or my type of woman or marriage material and all that shit. That's silly. But, like everything else, everyone has preferences, just like women have preferences. They like tall men, like short men. They like men with facial hair. They don't like men with facial hair. Everybody has a preference. But I think when you're talking about hair on a woman, that the preference turn into a little bit more personal than everything else, because there's a lot of men that won't date or don't want to have anything to do with a woman if she don't have long hair, long glistening hair down her ass. And a lot of women know that, So what do? They go out and they get these weaves and they get these extensions, they get these clip-ons and put that shit in their head, trying to fit in. Trying to please men, trying to please society. So that's the first reason why I don't like fake hair. I don't like ass hair. It's fake. I don't like fake, especially on my woman. I don't like fake. I don't want to. If you got small titties, shoot yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. If you have small titties, that's okay. I'd rather have small titties than big ass triple F that's fake. I'd rather have short hair than hair hanging out to your ass that's fake. I don't like fake. But that's just me. That's just me. And it really, well, I'm gonna elaborate on. I'm gonna clarify that in a moment. But I think that women, you should appreciate me or guys like me, because I'm telling you, you don't have to put all that shit in your head to be a woman. You don't have to put all that weave and glue and however they honey and beeswax, however they put that shit in your head. You don't need all that shit to be with me. Just be you. Just be you. If you have short hair, cool. If you have long hair, cool. But if you have long hair, you're not better than the next woman with short hair. Not to me. It's just me now. Now society, yeah. In general, that's a different thing. Now another reason I don't like fake hair is it's dirty. That shit is dirty. Because they can't really wash that shit. So it's dirty, and after a while it just stinks. I don't give a damn. Oh no, I spray this on my hair and it never smells. Blah, 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 blah. No, you can't wash it. You know, it's just so much. You spray all that shit in it trying to get the smell out, and no, that shit stinks. It does. Now, a lot of men won't tell you that because they don't want to hurt your feelings. I'm being real with you. This is the X and Y show. I want to be honest with you. That shit stinks. I don't want to run my hand through your hair and bring my hand back and smell it and smell ass. I don't want to run my nose and kissing on your ear and smell that stink ass hair. I don't want that. I don't want to smell that. That shit is dirty. It's on your head and it stinks. So that's why another reason I don't like fake hair. I don't like weaves, clip-ons, extensions, all that shit, ass hair. I don't like it. It's fake and it stinks. And, you know, another reason why I don't like it, it looks ridiculous. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, sometimes you have such a higher grade where you can't tell. Damn, if she got fake hair, was that fake or blah, blah. But a lot of times you can tell, you know, because the texture of the hair is different from your real hair. The color is a little different. There's some variation that you can tell that, oh, yeah, she got a weave. Or, oh, yeah, I see her clip-ons and, you know. So, really, you look ridiculous. I'm being real. And a lot of you saying, well, damn, who he think he is? Well, I'm being real with you. I'm being honest. Your ass look ridiculous with that shit in your head. And I don't care if you're an actress. I don't care if you athlete. I don't care if you're growing up in the projects. I don't care if you're middle class on Wall Street. That shit look ridiculous. You put that shit in your head. Everybody see that shit is fake. And again, when I see fake, I start looking at other shit. I start looking at your Adam's apple. I start looking at your titties, see if they real. Your eyes, all that shit. What on you is real and what's fake? But that shit look ridiculous. You know, it's fake, it stinks, it just look ridiculous. And you know, I'm going to be honest with you, ladies. I want to be honest with you. When I see a woman walking down the street with that fake shit in their head, you know what I'm thinking about? Do you know what I'm thinking about? This is what I think. When I see a woman with that shit in their head, this is what I think about when I see that. Huh? Huh? That's what I think about. A damn horse. You know, the horse tail and you know, because that's what that shit looked like on your head. Ridiculous. That's what I think about when I see a woman with fake ass hair, weave, extensions, clip-ons, and all that shit in her head. That's what I think about when I see that. But I digress. It's your head. It's your head. You know what I'm saying? So, you can do with it what you want to do with it. It's your head, your hair, right? And, I think if women were putting fake hair in their hair for themselves, even though I don't like it because it's not my preference, right? I just don't like fake hair, and I told you the reason why I don't like it. It's fake, it stinks and you just look ridiculous. But that's just me. But I think if a woman feels good about putting fake ass hair in their head, and they're doing it for themselves, that's cool. If they're doing it for themselves. But you and I know that 96% of women wear weaves and clip-ons in their head, because they've been conditioned by society that long hair is beautiful and short hair is not. That's the only way. They're not doing that shit for themselves. They're not doing that shit for themselves. They're doing that to fit in. And a lot of you women say, no, I'm not. I have my hair because I want it. It's bullshit. You got that shit in your head because you think that you look better with it. Why? Because long hair is beautiful. Short hair is not. I remember when Halle Berry, back in the 90s, she used to wear a low haircut. And I think she got that shit in her head now, but back in the day, she used to wear a short haircut, and everybody wanted the Halle Berry cut. And I liked that because it was short, but it looked good, and I liked that because it was natural. It was her hair, So a lot of women did it because Halle did it. Halle's a big movie star. She did it, so I can do it, right? It looks good. And I think short hair was actually accepted for a period. But now it seems like I said, weaves and clip-ons and all that other stuff is running rampant. Everybody got weave or clip-on, some kind of synthetic hair in the damn head. All women, or most women, do. No, I shouldn't say most women. I should say a vast majority. I think that's, and I'm talking about, I've seen married women with that shit in their head as well. Now, you think a married woman say, I already got them, so I don't have to do that shit no more. No, it's married women out there with that shit in their head. Weave and clip-ons and all that shit. If my wife, she is, like I said, it's her head. She can do what she wants. But she asks for my opinion, and I'm going to tell her. And she's not going to like what I have to say. And I might be sleeping on the couch for a few days, but I'm going to be honest with her. I don't like that shit. I don't. Anyway. So I say, what is the benefit of having fake hair in your head? What will cause women to go and spend so much money getting fake hair put in their head or fake hair that they can clip on in their head. What would work on a woman's psyche that would actually make them feel that, their hair is not long enough. Therefore, I'm not pretty enough. So I have to change it. I have to be like everyone else. I have to be accepted in society. I have to have long hair. Even though it's fake, it's dirty and it stinks and it looks ridiculous. I still have to get this shit put in my head because that's what society wants, and I want to be beautiful. Anyway, I want to take a little short break. And when I come back, I'm going to talk to mainly the women on why they should stop putting that shit in their head. Now, I know a lot of, if somebody's listening to the show who has a hair shop and all that, and, you're pretty mad at me right now. And if you're Korean, who monopolizes the market, I know you're extremely angry at me right now. Oh, boy, you boy, shut him out. Boy, shut up. But, I feel that this is something that has to be said. This is something that should have been said a long time ago. You got women out there saying, look, I bought this hair. It's my hair. If I bought it, it's mine. It's not your hair. You know who hair it is? That's who hair it is. It's not your hair. It's not your hair. You bought it. That don't mean shit. It's still fake. And why would you put yourself through that? Don't let hair length define your womanhood. Don't let society define who you are. Society says if you have long hair, you're beautiful. Well, I say if you have long hair, that's cool. If you have short hair, that's cool. Be you. Fuck society. Anyway, I'm going to take a little short break and I'm going to be back. And we're going to continue this conversation on the X and Y show. I hope you are enjoying tonight's episode. And again, you listen to the X and Y show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. And I should return in about 4.5.
Welcome back to the X and Y Show. Hope you're enjoying tonight's episode. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google, Instagram, and Tumblr. Well, alright. Back to our real cute teddy bear of a host, Roosevelt.
And welcome back to the X and Y Show. And tonight we are talking about why do women have such a fascination with weave, fake hair, basically. And, I'll give you a little brief overlay of, how much money that industry is making. That industry is making a lot of money. That's a $9 billion industry. I didn't know that. I really didn't. I guess I didn't because I don't get that shit in my head. But still, you would think I would have heard something. I know the industry was making money. But I didn't know it was on that level. That's a lot of damn money for ass hair. That's a lot of money. And women out there are paying low end, depending on the city, $300 to get that shit put in their head and glued or whatever, how the shit they put in, buying clip-ons and, extensions and all that shit. Women are spending big money. That's like a necessity almost. That's what most women treat as not a luxury. It's a necessity. They don't get their hair done. And you can't compare that to a haircut, women, because a haircut, you can go without a haircut. Just comb your head and look nice. And, I'm not going to do that, but you can go without. And then a haircut, what, $15, $20, $25, depending on, what city you are in and if you get a shave and all that kind of stuff. It's not on that level. You can't even compare the two. That's like comparing apples and watermelons. You can't compare that. So, I gave you a little overlay of the money that's being spent in that industry. Then I let you know, why women was wearing fake hair. And I told you a little bit about my personal feelings on women with that shit in their head, ass hair, and how I feel about it. And I told you that I think, and I believe that I'm correct, maybe not with all women. Some women actually like having that shit in their head. Okay. Good for you. But I think for the vast majority, most women are doing it because that's what society wants them to do. Society is saying you need to have long hair and be beautiful. You can't be beautiful with short hair. And that's bullshit. I think women need to stop allowing society to dictate how they feel about their hair, A, and about themselves, B. And getting all that shit put in their head, getting all these fake titties, because, one fake thing leads to another fake thing. Like I said, when I see fake hair, then I'm looking at the titties. Are they real? Then I'm looking at the Adam's apple. Is she real? I'm looking at it. When I see fake hair, the whole bottle of it, that's why I just don't mess with women. Well, I don't pursue women with fake hair. I'll say it like that. Because I just don't like it. That's just me. I don't like fake. And like I said before, that shit stinks. It's dirty. They can't wash it. And that shit stinks. And then it just look ridiculous. And every time I see them coming down the street, it's the same old thing over and over. Every time I see him coming down the street, every time I see him in a restaurant, every time I see him in the store, that's what I think about. You ladies, women, you look ridiculous. Stop putting that shit in your head. Especially to please someone else, to please men, or to please society. If you're doing it for yourself, cool. I have no problem with that. Be you. To each his own. It's your damn head. Do what you want to do with it. But if you're doing it to look good and fit in with society, then you not only look ridiculous, but you are ridiculous. You know, I remember hearing something. What was the name of that show? Law and Order SVU. There's so many of them damn programs. Law and Order Houston, Law and Order Atlanta. So many of them damn shows, but I think that's the name of it. Law and Order SVU. And I forget her name, but the star of the show, the lady, the main character, the female who's been on there since the show began. I forget her name. But I remember reading somewhere that when she cut her hair short, which I think she looked good with short hair, but when she did that, she got some flack from the producers of the show, basically telling her don't do that shit no more. She's the star of the show. And they gave her flack for cutting her hair short, because they want the long hair. They want what society deems as being beautiful. Our viewers will love you better with long hair. Don't do that shit no more. So, no one escapes it. Like I say, the prices of getting that shit in your head is the low, depending on the city, $300. It could go up as high as $10,000. So ain't no, regular people getting no hairdos for $10,000. You talking about affluent folk. You talking about movie stars, millionaires, and all that kind of. So, my point is, even women who are affluent still find themselves trying to fit in by having quote unquote long hair. I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful now. Look at me. I have long, pretty hair, even though it's not mine. But it's still long and pretty, so I fit in, right? Now, I'm good now, right? Such bullshit. But women, I'm talking to you particularly now. It is funny. I'm going to be honest with you. For some people that have known me earlier, in my earlier years, in college, military, I'm talking about way back. I'm being real with you. I like women with short hair. Long hair. That was my preference then. I like women with hair down past the ass. That was my thing. I like women with long, thick hair. Like Cinderella or Sleeping Beauty. Just long ass hair. I liked that back then. I was younger, and to be quite frankly, I was immature. Because I felt that if she has long hair, then hey, she's good for me. Now, as I've grown older and lived longer and experienced things, from Miami to Alaska, military, college, I know now, looking back, I was full of shit. I would say that. I would admit to it. I would admit to my faults. I was full of shit. But I've grown since then. I'm more mature now, and I know that hair does not define a woman. That's why now I don't give a damn. If she has long hair, cool. But if she has short hair, that's cool too. Because I know some women that has very long hair. I mean, long, pretty hair, past their ass, thick. They can do a shampoo commercial. But those women are assholes. They just total asses. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Hair does not define a woman. I know some women with short hair, shorter than me, who are angels. Very nice, very approachable, very down to earth. But no, they're not the norm. They don't have long hair past their ass. But they're still a good woman. And I'm not saying that all women with long hair are assholes. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, women, you have to stop allowing society to dictate how you feel about yourself. You have to stop allowing men to dictate how you wear your hair. You have to stop allowing the vast majority of folk, and I'm talking about everywhere, that if you don't have long hair, that you're not beautiful or as beautiful as someone who does. If you have short hair, you're beautiful. If you have long hair, you're beautiful. Just be you. But don't let anyone make you feel down and say, look, I have short hair, I have to do something about this. I have to get weave in my hair. I have to get clip-ons. I have to get extensions. I have to fit in. Women need to stop doing that. Stop doing that, ladies. Be yourself. Be you. You're beautiful. You was put on this planet as you. Be yourself. Everyone is beautiful in their own special way. And like I said, if you have short hair, that's cool. I mean, if a man defines your womanhood by the length of your hair, then you don't need him. You don't need him, ladies. If a man, and I'm talking about men in general, if men define your hair as being, what kind of women you are, then you don't need that man. Because they're full of shit. A real man would take a woman, short hair or long hair, curly, straight, whatever, and assess the woman for her inside, her heart, not her damn hair. That's what a real man would do. And like I said before, everyone has a preference, and that's cool to have preferences. There's nothing wrong with having a preference. Some men like curly hair. Some men don't like curly hair. They like straight hair. Some men like blondes. Some men like red hair. But, and that's all cool. Have your own style. And have your own thing that you like. All I'm saying is, don't allow society to change you for what you are. Don't allow them to make you feel less because your hair is less. That's all I'm saying. Like I said, if a man not digging you because you got short hair, fuck him. Find somebody else that appreciate you for your inner self, for your heart, not your damn hair. Your hair doesn't define you, ladies. you're a woman without your hair. Stop putting that shit in your head. Yes, I said it. Stop putting that shit in your head. You look ridiculous. And I know no one has told you, it's not just me. But that shit stinks. It's fake. It's just ridiculous. So stop putting that shit in your head, ladies. Stop having this fascination with fake hair. Stop allowing society to tell you that you're not beautiful with short hair, or you have to have long hair to be beautiful. Be yourself. Be you. Now, if you want that shit in your head, cool. To each his own. It's your head. Go for what you know. But if you're doing it to fit in with society and for men to like you better, then you, like I said before, you not only look ridiculous, but you are ridiculous. And that's just something that is totally avoidable. Just be yourself. Be strong. Have a high self-esteem. You're beautiful. You don't need hair to define you as a woman and be beautiful. Be you. Anyway, I'm going to take a short break and then I'm going to come back and wrap up tonight's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I know some folks out there, if you sell hair and you really want to find me right now, but that's cool. You can email me and let me know your thoughts. That's cool. But I'm telling you my thoughts. If it was up to me, no women would be buying that shit. But it's not up to me. A lot of women are buying it. It's a $9 billion industry. That means a lot of women buying that shit. All over. United States, Europe, Asia. Women putting that shit in their head to be accepted. I'm saying you don't need that in your head to be accepted, women. Be you. Be a strong woman. Stop letting or allowing society to dictate who you are. Anyway, I want to take a quick break and then I'm going to come back and wrap up tonight's episode. You're listening to the X and Y Show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt, and I'll be back in about 4.5.
Welcome back to the X and Y Show. Hope you're enjoying tonight's episode. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Google, Instagram, and Tumblr. Well, alright. Back to our real cute teddy bear of a host, Roosevelt.
And welcome back to the X and Y Show. And I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Why do women have such great fascination with weave and extensions? It's definitely something that's been around a long time. And me personally, I hope it's something that will not be around for much longer. But again, that's me. I just don't like it. I told you the reason why I don't like fake hair. I don't like fake. I like real. I'd rather real short hair than fake long hair. And, like I said, being older and more mature, I now realize that hair doesn't define a good woman. I know women that have extremely long hair who are assholes. I know women who have short hair who are angels. And vice versa. I'm not saying that all women with long hair are bad. It's not true. But I'm just saying that you shouldn't look at one's hair and decide if, she's the one, that's the one you're going to marry. And, she's the one. I mean, wow, you see her hair? It's ridiculous. Women, stop allowing society, men, to dictate how you feel about yourself, how you feel about the way you're accepted. If you have short hair, you're not ugly. You're not less than the women with long hair. That's bullshit. You're just as much woman as they are. Be strong. Love yourself. Be you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I am coming to you weekly now on Fridays. Trying out this new time slot. See how I like it. It's okay. I must say it's okay. I think I like it a lot better than what I was doing before. So I hope you enjoy it as well. But like I said, if you miss me on Fridays, the beautiful thing about a podcast, you can always come back later. You can find all my social networks on my website, Twitter, my Facebook, my Tumblr. You can find those all at www.thexyshow.com. You can also listen to my show in a myriad of different venues, whatever that's more comfortable to you. I'm available on Stitcher. I'm available on iTunes. I'm available on TuneIn. And I'm on the Spreaker platform as well. Or you can stream it straight from my website. Whatever curls your fancy, you can get at me. So I hope you take advantage of that and tell all your friends. And if you have any suggestions on future shows, be sure to shoot me a line as well on that. Also, take a visit at the X and Y shirt store to be a true X and Y. You can buy or purchase a shirt from the different styles. Send me a picture and I will post it on my Instagram account and prove to everyone and all your friends how true of an X or Y that you are. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed tonight's show of the X and Y Show. I'm your host, Roosevelt, and I will see you next week. And remember, there can be no love without X and Y. Good night.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.